Hello, world. This is Seth, aka Mr. Quentin, and I am excited to bring you another video. I have created a template for Studio One Pro that enables you to create your own one shots, and it's really easy to use. So, here in Serum, I have a preset that I created. Right? It's a bell preset called Cathedral, and I'm not really playing. I'm just so you can hear it. But the point is, if you wanted to create a one shot for this to be used in either your music productions or in something like Romplur, which lets you create your own VST plugins, and you can simply just drag and drop them into Romplur and use these samples. So essentially, what I have done here, there are 72 individual tracks, and they cover the range of C0 through C1, through C6, C0 through C6. So that is giving you a wide range of samples. All right, so the way that this works is you essentially add your instrument. So I'm using Serum, and I've created a custom preset, and I added it to the bottom channel. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the track just above it. Let's close that. I'm going to scroll all the way up to the top. I'm going to press Shift on the keyboard and then select the top one. Now we've selected all of the additional tracks. Now I can click the drop down to change the instrument and select Serum. So now all of the different tracks are set to use Serum as the plugin, right? Yeah, okay. So each individual track is set to a different note. Whoops. So essentially, you are covering the entire range from C0 through C6. Now, if I solo this here, it's going to play for an entire 4 bars. So now what we want to do is export this. So I'm going to go into Song, Export Stems, right? We can give it a name. I'm just gonna come over here, and we're going to say create a new folder called bells. I'm going to select that folder. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a prefix. So we're going to say bl-test bells. And now you notice over here under tracks, under sources, I have tracks selected, and I have all of the 72 tracks selected. Now this is good that I caught this, right? The bottom track is muted. I'm actually going to go ahead and make sure that that's not muted, because we want all 72 to export. So we're going to go back, Song, Export Stems. We're going to select tracks. We're going to make sure that all, so C0 all the way through to C6. Now what I've done for naming is I've put a numerical value in front of the note value. So 1 C0, 2 C#0, 3 D0, etc. And this is to make it easier to import into whatever software you're working with, so it automatically puts them in the right place. And I'll show you a sample of that in just a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and click on export. So I've selected my location, and these ones here I'm doing 24-bit 48 kilohertz because I'm working on an actual new pack of higher quality samples, a new one-shot kit. So I'm going to go ahead and click on OK, and it's going to go through the process of quickly exporting all 72 of these samples. Okay, now I am inside of Romplur, and I'm going to show you how we can actually use these samples. Right, this is a template that we have created, which you can pick up at beatstarters.com. This is a template specifically for Romplur. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Mapping Editor. Right, and right now there's already quite a few samples that I've set up in this as a demo. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add a preset. I'm going to give the preset the name BL for organization dash bells. I'm going to select add preset. So now we have a blank canvas. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of these one-shot samples, and I'm just going to simply drag and drop into Romplur. Here we have a sample range that it's asking for. We are doing C0 through C6, and I do C#6, and for some reason this is how it more effectively maps them in. Now I haven't had to go in and drag each one of these in one by one and place them on the correct note one at a time. That's just a pain. So because of the way they're named, then I'm able to just drag them in. I'm going to click on import, and there we go. C0 all the way up to C6. That's a really sharp note. Okay, so now we can come over here and we have bells added to the preset list. So when I export this and then bring it into FL Studio or whatever DAW you're using, then you will be able to select that preset that we just created. And I'm actually going to go ahead and do that just to show you what that looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and export. We're going to export as a VST3 for Windows, and it is called the Vault. I'm going to do a local export. You can also do if you're on Mac, then you would not select this because it's using the server to export for Mac. We're going to encrypt the samples, and then I'm going to export the plugin. Now I'm going to export this directly to the VST3 folder, and on Windows it is Program Files, Common Files, VST3, and then whichever folder you want to place the plugin in. So I'm going to put it in the BeatStarters folder. We're going to call it the Vault. Then I'm going to, vault.vst3. I always like to do that just in case. And then I'm going to save. Now it's going to take a moment. It's going to export the plugin, and then I will pick this back up inside FL Studio and show you this plugin functioning with the new preset. Okay, so here we are inside of FL Studio, and I have added the Vault to the strip. And here, right, these are all the plugins that were there before, and here is BL Bells, right? So now you can actually go through let's see here. What are we gonna do? What do we want to do just to test it? We're going to, let's turn it up a little bit. All right. We can adjust the, let's add some delay. Right, that's pretty nice. Now this template is available again at beatstarters.com, and all you have to do really is just drag and drop your own samples in, and you can change the name within Romplur, and you have your own plugin. All of the text elements can be altered as well. So let's Well, I apologize for your ears. Let's double click and set that back to 0. Let's add some reverb. Let's maybe bump up the phase a little bit. So yeah, that's how the template works inside of Studio One, which enables you to create your own one-shots. Now, I do all of my one-shots as custom, so I create all of the sounds from scratch using mainly Serum, but I use a few other plugins as well, or I will simply bang on pots and pans and turn those into instruments. Let me know if you want to see that video of me creating one-shots using everyday household items. Let me know in the comments down below. Definitely make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be putting out a lot more videos like this and just kind of guiding you through the process. And yeah, that is it. This is Mr. Quentin. I am out. You all have a lovely day.